Okay, let's behave. Let's behave.
Okay. Settle down.
Just be quiet.
Professional face.
Yeah. What? You're on the wrong podcast for that.
Oh.
Okay, let me leave the call real quick then.
Oh no, I'm getting messages.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the spelling mistake in the I noticed it in the starting soon, so I'm sorry.
Chili, you're British, not fucking Canadian. Stop saying sorry.
I mean, you've met me.
You've done it once.
But he is also a Final Fantasy 14 player, so he's polite.
Yeah,
right.
Sure. But I'm also a Final Fantasy 14 Twitch streamer, so.
Oh no, I have rated it the top tier of Final Fantasy 14. They are so rude.
Yeah. Anyway, Paul, I would like your thoughts on it if you're watching it.
Why are people messaging me at this crucial time of my life? Why am I so popular? Why have I got an advert for EE Gaming? Two years.
But I would recommend when I swap scenes to unmute the stream, if that's okay, Paul, and then we'll just be quiet for a second.
Cool. Oh, that's a nice load. So I have no idea of any of this that has transpired of what Chili has done. So I am in the dark as much as the guest.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Besides the actual,
we're gonna give it some. Note. We're gonna give it like some time to see if for people to turn up and stuff. But
you just give me another advert, Chili. Bruh.
I didn't do anything. Okay. I didn't even have the ability to turn off adverts this time for once. Like, when it normally says you've got an advert in 10 minutes, click this button to get rid of it.
I didn't even get it, and I'm a mod. What the fuck? Fuck you, Twitch.
Yeah, I can see the names.
Yeah.
I'm Mrs Stix.
Yeah.
That's okay. Just say it with an accent. I am Mrs Stix.
I don't really do accents very well.
Same.
Starting soon.
By the way, are you guys tweeting this or anything so I could retweet it or what?
We can tweet out again if you want. I've been tweeting it out a lot too much. I was worried I would over-tweet it from you, but I should tweet it from our official account, I guess.
You want me to do it from the official account?
You can do it, and I'll tweet.
Because I was looking at your Twitter, Chili, and I couldn't see anything from like the last hour. So
I did, and I already retweeted it.
Yeah, thank you.
No, I do. I see that. Yeah,
I behaved.
Well, thank you.
I can go ahead and just retweet yours, Chili, if you want.
And I've also tweeted "Join us now." But thank you, Miss Stix.
No, it's Mrs Stix.
Yeah. Well, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Get her name right.
Okay. Thank you for the sub, Vicky. I didn't put alerts on because because of this episode, but thank you so much.
Oh, by the way, thank you so much for inviting us on this most auspicious podcast, because this is your 200th episode. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's all. That is a long time, man.
Yeah, 7 years. 7 years we've been doing this, I think.
That's how long I've been playing Final Fantasy 14.
Pretty much.
Just over 7.5 years, I think it was. Yeah, because we did a parody for the 7th, where I made us into Dragon Ball characters because I love Dragon Ball, so we had like the 7 Dragon Balls and like made our characters look a bit like the Goku and that, because I thought that would be kind of cool.
I look forward to your 9,000th episode then.
Oh, great! Nah, I'll be long dead before we get that far.
I thought I've got a lifespan. Due date.
We would have to be like next episode's 500, guys. We're skipping 300. Then we're gonna get to 1,000. We're gonna do jumps.
Damn it! My friends are like, "Hey, remember, get up at 5 a.m. And I'm like, yeah, it's in a few hours. Thanks.
Oof.
That's okay. We get up at 4 a.m. for Mrs. Stix's job.
Oh, okay. I bet we should start then.
Wait, what time zone? You say Australia. Do you still live in Australia or?
I don't. I moved here 7 years ago because she's American.
Ah.
And I didn't want to battle kangaroos and koalas, so I made him come here.
You know.
Again, we have to fight those at the age of 10. She, being like a fully grown adult, she doesn't have to go through that.
Yeah, but she's American. She just bring a gun and be like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Run those hands, koala. Run those hands. You know. Just...
Oh, dude, you underestimate the kangaroos. They'll disarm you and take the gun.
I saw him like choke out like a dog or a person. I try and drag him on the wall. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to Australia.
Okay.
I feel like everything in Australia could eat me too, because I'm about the size of a lalafell. So.
Hey, same.
But.
Oh my god.
Why is everyone so lalafell?
I know, I'm 6'1". Everyone's always like, dude, when they see me in person, they're like, you're so tall, man.
I get that as well. It sucks.
So many people in America. I remember. Okay, I went to 2016 FanFest, and I was nervous because it was my first time going to America on my own. Like I'd been to America before twice, but like this was my first time like being on my own. And during FanFest, I was just trying to find the tallest Americans I could find and just walk behind them, like I was just finding tall people to hide behind the entire time, because everyone in America is so tall. Why are you so? What are you eating?
McDonald's.
A lot of meat.
See, I'm the exact opposite. Everyone around here is so short.
And in case you wondered, I'm 5'5", so that's my.
I'm 5'1".
Yeah, it's just 5'1",
and the one is being gracious to myself.
I mean, the 5'5" is still gracious for me. Like I sometimes, yeah. Okay, everyone ready? I'm going to switch scenes if that's okay.
Go for it.
I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Please work.
That's a great start. 3, 2, 1. Please work.
Why is it the Fox intro?
There we go.
I was ready for like Deadpool to like pop out of nowhere or something. You know, like...
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful. Oh my god. Hopefully we won't get sued by Fox.
No, I like that everyone here though has their full like body, and here I am with like a missing arm on the side.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. It looks like you're looking at me judgmentally. I'm just like, please save me.
Sam's, but hey,
oh shit! Look at this layout. Also, Chili, you're fucking floating. You need to bring yourself down a little bit.
Right onto my head.
Look, fine. I'll move myself down a little bit.
It's triggering me. It's triggering me.
God damn it! Why doesn't it just not? It doesn't want to go down a little bit.
Oh no!
There we go.
I think Chili is going to end up on your head.
You can use the arrow keys to make it go slower, but you can get more direct.
Thank you, McLeod, for the bits.
That's what I figured he was doing, and he was just holding like the down arrow key for like 8 seconds.
Just. I can't believe this 200 episodes.
I'm gonna have to start clicking record so we can get ready. Is everyone ready?
Oh no, the record button. Are we ready? Oh no, curly fries.
2,
Sorry.
1.
There's so many countdowns. I feel like something's supposed to explode.
Well, welcome to episode 200.
Well, yeah, I guess we're ready.
I guess we're ready now. To be honest, we've done so many countdowns before we started this. I don't know why I did it again. I'm sorry, everyone. Oh, anyway, welcome, Paul. We've been away for a while. We've been away for about a month now.
A week? Is that a month?
The last podcast was about a month ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
When did I go away? Wait a minute. When did I go on holiday? I swear to God we did one before that.
Yeah, just before you went away.
So just before? Oh, God. You sure?
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome back. Your 200th episode.
Yeah. 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 Welcome. Yeah. The last episode was a while ago. I can tell you now. Last episode was August 27th, so it's been.
Oh shit! There. Okay, yeah. Okay, I was gone.
Yeah. So yeah, I know it's not been a month technically, but technically we're in a new month, kind of, I guess. But it's been a while. But we're back. I just wanted an excuse to say that. Anyway, welcome to episode 200. I'm sorry.
Part 1.
Part 1.
He keeps forgetting part one.
Yeah, part 1. But joining us for part 1 of episode 200 is the wonderful Bite Stix, aka Mr. Stix. Thank you for joining us.
I really thought you said bite dick. I don't know.
Yeah. It was coming off that way. That's why I broke into laughter.
Mr. Stix. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, you could just omit the bite from it and just call me Stix.
Thank you. Welcome. Okay, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
To be fair, his in-game name is mainly Flaccid Stix, so you're not far off.
That is true. Yeah, there's a whole story behind that, but
look, my name's Daddy Chili in game, so I can't really say much.
That's okay. When I try to use Daddy, I get called cringe. So,
okay. Well, someone kept coming into our chat and calling me it, and I'm like, fine. If you're gonna keep calling me it, give me some bits, and I'll rename my character. And then I've just found it funny in cutscenes now when I'm in like serious scenes, and then the character just looks down at my Lalafell and just says, "Daddy." I'm like, yeah, no, this is now funny. I like it.
Yeah, I would never change it.
Great warrior of light, Daddy.
And I'm just like looking up at them like, hi, what? But the other voice is the lovely Miss Stix. Welcome.
Hello.
But no, thank you both for joining us today. But before we get into the podcast, do you both want to talk about what you do and the stuff you do over on YouTube and Twitch?
Sure, I guess I'll go first. My name is Stix, and I do content creation full time. I do YouTube across 2 different channels: MMOs on my MMO Bite channel, Gacha games on my Stix channel. I grew up with MMOs. I started with Tales of Pirates back in 2006, I think. Have played WoW religiously since 2008. Still have an active subscription to this day. Played Final Fantasy XIV when it launched as a Realm Reborn in 2014, I think, and I've played it every single year since until Dawn Trail. I love doing content creation. I love YouTube, streaming, connecting with community and everything. It's a lot of fun, and I wouldn't change anything. That's me.
Oh, you some MMOs you want to change? No.
Ooh.
Pardon?
Not some MMOs you want to change or not? No.
Any MMOs that I want to change?
Yeah, it was a shitty joke. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Bad jokes. My. Sorry for the interruption, Miss Strix.
Oh, thank you, Paul. So I am Mrs. Stix today, formerly Mrs. Stix. I have changed my name for the podcast. I am a real life nurse, and I really didn't game until I got with Mr. Stix here. I very rarely gamed, but my main thing is I do content creation alongside him. I do YouTube videos, believe it or not. It surprises some people, but I'm there on his channel. I have some pretty in-depth videos of different MMOs. I also stream alongside him, much to my torment. I also hang out on our Discord with our wonderful community who also torture me and have showed up here today. Thanks, Trix. Appreciate for mentioning that I am a floor tank. I mainly heal in MMOs. I main White Mage in Final Fantasy XIV, which I started in 2018, and it was my first Final Fantasy game ever that I played.
I will point out also real quick that her videos are actually some of the better performing videos in the last couple years.
That's because I do my research. I mean, what?
Oh,
I feel like I've been attacked there
the
as well.
shade. The shade.
She's not wrong.
Look, you just Google stuff and you write what appears on screen, right? That's what happens, and then you say
Yeah,
the
but
words.
that
No,
could be like
no.
hearsay, though.
Chili, this is 2024. That's what AI is for. You don't need to write anything at all.
Chat GPT.
Nah. I guess, but like, nah. I still want to write it myself a little bit. Otherwise, I feel like I haven't
That's
done
okay.
anything.
No, I'm the same way. I write up, record, and edit everything myself. So does Mrs. Stix. We don't even have an editor. Everyone's always like, dude, how don't you have an editor? What the hell? And I'm like, well, I feel like personally, if I use an editor, if I have someone help, it like reduces the sense of accomplishment I have. Like when I do a video and I post it and everything, I'm like, there we go. Whereas, if I have someone else do it for me, I don't know. I feel like it lessens it for me a little bit.
I mean, shit,
Also,
mine. I just turn up.
Oh, there you go. That works too.
That's kind of how I do too. I'm the Twitch princess. I just show up. It's like passenger princess. Just
I just
along
show
for
up.
the ride.
I
Yeah.
shop, occasionally stream on the channel, and that's my job done.
Yeah. So we put in about the same amount of effort, you and I.
Yep. See, this is great. See, got someone that relates to me now. It's great. I just don't do anything. I sit back and relax. I mean, we don't really edit. I know, Chili, you tried. Well, no, you've been learning to edit recently.
You tried to edit.
You tried. You tried, Chili. You gave it a try.
I mean, you did with the what was it, the 150? Was it 150 or the 70th anniversary with the Dragon Ball stuff? Like,
Yeah.
that was all done by you. Besides him, like trying to tell me down to hey, record this, hey, record that, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get around to it. Goes off somewhere and completely forgets about it. I do that a lot. But yeah.
Oh man,
That is cool though.
Wobbs is saying outro, sexy dance outro. I wish I would have done something. I wish our outro would have been like one of those anime ending outros where we're just in a chibi form and dancing at the end. That's 250 goals. Okay, that's episode 250 goals.
I mean,
if you need a dance coordinator, Stix will be more than happy to help you.
Yeah, I get complaints about my dance outro every single video. They love it.
Well, we will have to ask you about it in the future. We need that as our episode 250 whenever that happens. If we get that far. There's a lot of podcasts that get to like 215 and then stop.
wow, you're just throwing shade out here today. Why is everyone throwing shade?
Well, I'm glad to be one of your final podcasts.
Final.
Wow. Welcome to the 200th podcast and final podcast.
I mean,
no.
maybe October 31st, Dragon Age comes and I just forget what the hell Final Fantasy 14 is.
Oh no.
Forget. I've been waiting 10 years for this bloody game. I'm going to bloody look forward to it. Even though when it comes out, I can only spend like one day playing it because I have to go all the way to London because I got the League of Legends World Finals tickets. So I'm going off with a bunch of friends to watch the League of Legends Worlds final. So
Sick.
just has to be there on the part where Dragon Age comes out. You get to play it for one day. Now fuck off to London. I mean, why am I social?
That's why I do YouTube. I don't need to socialize with anyone.
I didn't start socialising till this year since I went up and saw my friends in London, which cost me £60. £60 each time to go up there by train. That's a lot of money. But it's worth it.
I can't say much. Like, I remember I spent like what, £200 so that I could try Wendy's. So I can't really.
Wasn't it the Wendy's breakfast menu? You went and got a hotel.
Yeah, I booked a hotel so I could try the Wendy's breakfast menu. So I really
all for his birthday. That's all he wanted to do for his birthday.
Yeah.
Get a hotel and go to Wendy's to have the breakfast.
Yeah, that's what I did.
That's kind of goals. I like that.
I booked a hotel that was a converted fort into a hotel. They converted a whole fort into a hotel, And I'm like, you know what? I'll get a room there. I'll get like a massive room in there. And like, I even went in there and they're like, what are you coming here to Sheffield for? I'm like, I've come here after 6 hours of train travel so that I can have a Wendy's. And they're just looking at me confused, as like I was like saying something in like code or.
So kind of like my image down there beneath you.
Yeah, that's like.
But the question is,
Wendy's, they totally think you're doing like a drug deal or something for like the mafia or some shit. They're like, what? So this is how they import it. The code words. He came down here for a Wendy's. Wendy's code word.
Okay, before we move on, I just want to say thank you to everyone for all the support. I've just seen all the gifted subs in chat. Thank you to all of the support. I will make sure to shout everyone out at the end. But thank you to everyone. But yeah, I guess we should start working on this episode of 200.
Working on this episode? I thought that's what you've been doing for the entire week.
Words are hard.
Let's start working on it now. Actually, speaking of, Miss Strick, you're a nurse, right?
Yes.
I actually just had an interview to be at administration at a not a hospital, but a health centre. And I actually got interviewed by a nurse today, so it was quite interesting. But
they don't all know each other.
No.
How asked the NHS for free?
You're telling us
secret organisation of nurses.
The secret Discord channel where they're all on.
The League of Shiny Nurses.
Well, we do have a lot of, Reddit groups and Facebook groups.
If I do sit there and watch the shorts, the short videos and stuff like that. I like nurse stories and shit. I find it funny.
The Discord's the International League of Nurses.
I'm very much so a part of that.
There you go. It's a great YouTube channel name. And then you could just bring in like guest nurses from all over the country, all over the world, even maybe. Wow, there we go.
Have like different like nurse stories. Oh my god, that would be a very good.
There you go.
You know what?
I've just given you your
Netflix.
very own.
That's a Netflix documentary right there.
Or a new successful podcast. There you go. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And then sell it off to Netflix. Because everything just happens on Netflix apparently. It all ends. So, what did you want to talk about, Chili, today? I know that we are a Final Fantasy 14 podcast. That
air quotes.
Rarely talk about Final Fantasy 14 when we're not talking about food or other games.
I've been busy with Final Fantasy 11 on stream more than I have 14. By the way,
I mean, at least that's still Final Fantasy.
Mr. Stix, I found out that 11 has gacha elements somehow.
11 is actually the only Final Fantasy game ever that I have not played. And I get so much shit for that.
But it's an MMO!
Yeah, but it's also because it's so I don't really want to say it, but dated feeling, and it requires a significant time investment. I just don't have that.
No, not anymore.
There's a WoW Classic.
I can tell you now.
I don't play WoW Classic either.
I can tell you now, you can get to level cap in a couple of hours with someone power leveling you.
Are you offering?
I'm high enough now that I'm high enough now that I could do that because I've restarted my account.
We have a Wendy's gift card we could send.
I won't get back at that point. This will be over a Wendy's.
But no, like because I've been replaying it again recently, and I found out that every time you log in, you get points, and then you can go talk to a goblin, and the goblin will open a chest that can randomly give you an item from any item in the game. So yeah, you can use your points to roll on any item in the game it randomly gives you. So it's weird.
I mean, if it works, if people are okay with it.
Yeah. Well, you can't buy extra stuff, so there's no pay to win mechanic, so you can't actually pay for it. But it's weird that like you can do that. Yeah, I walked up and he was like, "Here's your login bonus. Gloves from God." I'm like, "Oh, okay, thanks, random goblin on the street that has gloves from God."
So you're talking about Wobsy, the little goblin on the street?
I much love to Wobsy. Wobsy's amazing.
Like a small ass orc.
He doesn't have very good gotcha luck, though, because every time I go see Woobsy, he's, like, trying to pull for something and fails.
Yeah, sounds like Woobsy. Sounds like someone from them.
Woobsy's an orc all this time? I thought he was a goblin.
I thought he was a goblin, too!
Oh my god!
You know?
Yeah, Woobsy's an orc.
He's an orc.
Well, hopefully he's not still here, because he'll probably take offense to that.
I doubt
He's always here. He'll find us. He always does.
Oh god.
Also, he needs to start fucking, like, giving me decent, like, support on fucking Honkai, man. He needs to stop with that goddamn pretty boy. Can't remember his name now. The 4-star air guy with the dots.
Oh.
What's he?
I like him though. With the purple
I
hair?
like him too. Yeah, the purple hair.
Yes, he has a great personality. I actually call him Stix because he reminds me of him.
Great, now you need purple hair.
Well, when I came over to meet her for the first time, I had pink hair.
Please
Close enough.
don't. That scared my parents so bad. They were like, "Why does he have pink hair?"
And admittedly, that's because we met I think it was a sub goal on Twitch. So I had to dye my hair or put a pink streak through it.
Mm-hmm.
I have said though that the moment my hair starts going grey, that's when the limits come off, and I will start going any color I want. Like I hate like because I have dark hair, so I hate like the idea of bleaching it to change to a proper color, so it's not impacted by the other colors. So once I start going grey, that's it. All of the colors are going to be added.
I currently have green hair currently.
Anyway, I guess we should
kind of
go on. Guess we should go on topic a little bit because we keep going off topic, which is just us anyway. There are some Final Fantasy news that we should talk about, mainly the fact that the Primals, which is the Final Fantasy 14 band, will be live in Japan. You'll be able to buy tickets for 4,400 yen, but there will be a 200 yen separate fee. I think I worked out about £25 in total for the price of the tickets. Of course, convert the yen into your local currency. The tickets are available from now until the 7th of October. And you can actually go. I think you can go watch it now it'll be live on the 21st. But so by the time this audio version will be out, you'll be able to watch it. But if you're watching it live, it'll be on the Saturday the 21st. And I think it's one of the first times that they've actually allowed people to buy tickets to something like this, right, Paul?
Because most of the time it's just in Japan, they don't stream it. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool though. Fortunately, it is taking place on the 21st, which is a Saturday, and I will not be here, so I won't be able to watch.
And it'll be at
it's only day one, and you get to watch the archived videos as well, so that's pretty cool.
And it's at like 8 a.m. I'm not watching a concert at 8 a.m. in the morning. No, I'm not. I'm good.
Oh, I'm going to be hopefully in a hall at 8 a.m. because I've got a Warhammer tournament at that time, so I have to get up early. I don't want to get up early, but I have to get up early. So
I just don't get I just don't like the fact that they don't have a time for the end of the show. That's the only thing I hate about this.
At the end of the show.
It just says to the end of the performance. When is that? Is it just going to be one song?
One song end.
Can you ask for an encore though? It could continue.
Yeah, you'll have to donate in the chat, and then they'll hopefully like
donate pennies for an encore. Hey yo, I want an encore from B.
But no,
there's one
Mr. Stix, would this be something you'd be interested in listening to? I don't know if you've ever listened to any of the Primals, either live or like.
No,
dude. Everyone always asks me, like, across every genre of gaming, did you watch the recent X live stream? And I'm like, dude, I don't have time to watch live streams of anything. Like, when I'm not working, I'm working out. I work out 2 to 3 hours a day. And I work on videos or streaming the rest of the day. I'm not cooking, eating, or playing games with Mrs. Stix. So unfortunately, watching live streams as they happen are completely out of the question.
Cooking live stream. 2 in 1 right there.
You could technically put it on in the background and listen to it whilst you're working out. It'd be great workout music.
I mean, they do have some sick music. Yeah, I could.
I mean, I do, but I listen to like classical music and I'm weird.
That's okay. What you really want to listen to is K-pop. The reason being, it infuriates you listening to it that you get that like extra adrenaline pump. So it helps you push through the workout faster and easier.
Oh, pretty people, stop this! I must come strong.
Exactly, right? God damn it, they're so attractive. Ugh!
What is that skincare routine? It's fine. That's just a shit ton of makeup. I know their secrets. I watch enough of YouTube. But we saw the Primals live when we went to FanFest.
Well, no, you saw them live. I technically didn't. It was too loud for old Chili, and I kind of went outside and listened to them from the corridor.
Aww.
Did you at least peek through the doors?
No, because I ended up sitting in the corner with my. I just sat outside with my poop hat on, and then waited to see if anyone responded.
To be fair, their sound engineer did really bad, and it was just really. It wasn't shitty audio. It was just not tuned well. Where it did. A lot of people, like my friend Mione, his girlfriend got really like her ears were like really bad for it, and they had to leave and stuff. And so I didn't actually get to say goodbye to them because they left after that, and I was like, oh shit. And I'm just sitting there like I'm just rocking out, like it was great. But then again, I'm half deaf, so it's fine. It's not much you can do. Also, I'm very much a cripple. I'm allowed to say that, chat. I know people say no, I can't say that word, but I'm a cripple, so I was like, I would just sit here, or I was just surrounded by people, so I just sat there for the entire thing. If my ears were bleeding, my ears were bleeding. Who cares? But they are good live. Is that if their sound design or their sound engineers were just a little bit better, just to turn it down a bit. Well, not turn it down a bit, but stop it from peaking. I think that's what was doing it. A lot of the peaking, and would have been just a little bit better.
I think it would have been cool either way.
I just want to go to FanFest one time in my lifetime. That's on the bucket list.
Yeah, that was on mine. That was the first one I went to, and I was absolutely amazing.
Square just refuses to fly us out there because I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not on a live stream, but they're kind of cheap.
Oh yeah, they are.
Okay, good. Good. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to say that, and I was like, God, I hope this doesn't, cause some trouble or friction. But they admittedly do not pay much. They're like, I don't know if you guys like how much you guys play in terms of gacha games or how much you know about studios, but they're typically like generally considered to be the Hoyoverse of MMOs. So
that's being a little bit gracious there.
Okay, yeah.
Hoyoverse actually flew us out to California and paid for that.
Okay, good point.
Okay, but at least I don't want to get into trouble too much, but I've said this in the past, but when I went to the last FanFest, I got press tickets like normal. Like luckily, I got press tickets again for my for the website psu.com. And before the FanFest, there was like a meal where people could go and meet with like some of the voice actors and like other content creators, just as a meal beforehand, right?
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, cries in a hotel room when he was doing this.
Then they were like, "Oh, Chili, we got," because I booked a hotel. Basically, I found out they gave the other content creators hotel rooms. I didn't know this. Me and Paul already booked a room and planned it. So anyway, one of the staff came over and said, "Oh, here's some compensation for your room." I'm like, "Oh, okay, why? Okay," and then he gave me some gift cards, right? And there was a lot of gift cards. I'm not gonna lie, it was like $400, but that was the thing. It was dollars, and I'm in England, and the card said can only be used in North America.
Well, you could go out and quickly spend it on your vacation. Just go hog wild.
Go back to the hotel and be like, "Do you accept gift cards?"
Go into Wendy's.
Legally, it said these cards could only be used in the USA on the card themselves.
You could have gone to USA. It was cheaper for you to go to USA than us actually going to London.
Yeah, not gonna lie.
You could just went over to America and said, "Oh, fuck, I'm just gonna spend my cards for the day and just eat all the fucking food."
I gave the cards back because I was too polite.
But yeah, too.
You were very nice.
I'm like, I can't use these.
He's such a nice, polite boy.
Like, but
with the
Anyway,
directional
yeah.
skills of a lawnmower.
I wish looking back, wish kept them in case I go to America again, which I hope to do one day because I love America. America is so
Hey,
nice.
if you come by, we're here. We're more than willing to show you around some good places, take you to good food, good restaurants.
Take you get some barbecue, take you shooting out back. You'll be fine.
I want to try American barbecue. Actually, that's one of the things on my bucket list is to try American barbecue. I've been to Texas. I've been to Wisconsin, and I've been to Vegas. Texas, I turned 18, and for my 18th birthday, I went to Hooters.
Oh, blast.
And Golden Corral. So.
Oh my god!
See, I came over here when I was 27. I was already an adult, so I've never been to a Hooters before.
And you never will.
I am still tempted. By the way, we have 2 now in England, and I'm really tempted at some point to see if it's any comparison to the American version. But even I haven't put the money aside to do that yet because it's quite a long way away. So, like, there's a Denny's as well. Like, there's one Denny's in the whole country. Well, it's not even in the country. It's in Wales. But
is your Denny's like our Denny's? Because for like America, if you go to Denny's, you have to be piss drunk to go there. That's like a prerequisite.
They live in the UK.
To go there.
They live in the UK.
I know, but
I feel attacked.
You need to be drunk.
I'm Australian. We're really no different. I'm just saying, like, I feel a sense of camaraderie with you guys. So that's why it's not an attack. It's a compliment. As one Australian to a Brit.
You were their reject. They expelled you.
We put you to an island because you were bad. You were our criminals. Somehow you were populated. Right in the memo.
By the way, I don't drink, so.
Yeah, he's a non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
Okay, well there you go.
We don't really drink either. The only time we do drink is if we're on vacation, and we will get the most girly drinks that you can imagine. So there's Stix with like a pink flamboyant drink and an umbrella coming out the top. And it has to be super sugary and sweet.
See, I love these two. That's exactly what I do. I fucking hate other alcohol. I have to go for the most fruitiest gay drink there is, and I have to have it because it's fruity.
I know. Like, we have friends that come down. They're like, "Hey, Mark." Oh, my name's Mark, by the way. But they're like, "Hey, Mark, what kind of beer do you want?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Hi.
I did not hit her. I did not hit her. Oh, hi, Mark. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. I knew that was coming. That always comes. Yep.
By the way,
at least your name isn't Jeff.
By the way, our producer's called Jeff. It's a seagull.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that what you were clutching right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
my seagull. Yeah.
Poor Jeff. He looks a little terrified.
I mean, I'm in this outfit, wouldn't you be?
Wait, he has an outfit on? I just see a cap. Like a little...
No, my outfit.
No, the outfit he's got.
Oh!
Oh.
I
mean, yeah, no, that looks a little, 18 plus.
No, you know the straps are going and over the, where they should be covering.
Look,
it's fine.
Look, this is just the outfit.
They're fucking not though.
Yeah, this is the Tome outfit, by the way, isn't it? Like, Fun Brightly? Yeah.
No, it's not the Tome outfit. It's the
crafted.
Was it
99?
97?
Yeah. Either way, it's the new Dawn Trail.
97, yeah.
So.
I haven't played Dawn Trail, so
basically it's GIMP biker stuff.
Yeah.
You basically look like GIMPs on a basically like Mad Max.
Yeah.
Just more gimpy.
Okay, yeah, I was totally getting Mad Max vibes.
Yeah.
From Chili's Avatar or V2. Yeah, Avatar.
Yeah.
PG2, either one works. I don't get it, but yeah, I never showed thy face.
I actually didn't even look at the Tome gear for this tier.
Let's get some nice gear.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's not too bad. A little bit plain here and there. I was hoping for a little bit more sparkly, but
that's been me lately in Final Fantasy XIV, is I just feel like the outfits are not good lately. I don't know if that's just me. I need something to grind for. You can even ask like Stix. I have been grinding multiple dungeons over and over and over again for specific outfits when we first started playing.
Yeah, from all the way back in Stormblood when you used to get really cool outfits from dungeons.
Dude, they were so sick, especially the one where you fought, I think it was like a Monkey King. I forget which dungeon.
Oh yeah,
that
the monkey back in Stormblood, yeah.
Dude, that outfit from there, I love that.
We spent probably months grinding all the different outfits from every single like piece of content available. And then once we were done, we're like, okay, well now what is there to play, like to do in the game? And then every expansion that's come out since is like the outfits are just not even grind worthy.
No, because most of them are just reskins of older outfits.
Exactly. And that is so disappointing to me because I'm a big outfit person. I need something to work towards. Otherwise, I'm lost.
You get some that are new, but then you get some that are just mainly just reskins. I'm like, okay, sounds good.
And then for her, the White Mage, right? Like every time they release a new tier of gear for White Mage, they're like, let's just throw a white robe on it and then put like a little dangly bit over on the, like attached to the wrist. Or let's make the coat, 3 centimeters longer. Or let's make the hood a little poofier, like they're always just the same outfits, but like very subtle differences.
See, this is why I always go back as healer to my same outfit that I've had since Shadowbringers. I don't know if you've seen the dwarf outfit. I've got the dwarven outfit, but I've dyed it blue and yellow, so it looks like my character's a little Vivi from 9.
Oh,
even though I'm a white mage, I've got my little Vivi glam. So
you get like the cap and then like the little eyes, and then I think the weapons were like, I think for the white mage was like a lamppost of some kind. Like,
oh no,
I remember, yeah.
No, I've got my weapon is a weapon from like A Realm Reborn because it's so cursed and I love it. It's the most cursed weapon of all time, and it'll be my weapon forever. I think it's called I've got the crafted version because I love it so much. I know the original version dropped in the dungeon, but you can get a crafted high quality one as well. The Madman's Whisperer, I think it's called. It looks.
It's basically the one that looks like it's talking a lot. It looks like a mandrake root.
Yeah, it looks like a mandrake root, but it's like it got a creepy face.
It looks around as well, and
it looks around. It talks while you hold it up as well. Its mouth moves. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I've seen that, but it sounds cursed.
It is pretty cursed, but it is cool though. But yeah, some of the outfits, I know they kind of stick with a theme with the AF gear. I think my favorite AF gear, I think, has to be Reaper, just because all the belts. It just looks cool. But yeah, with like the White Mage, I just feel like it's been overused, overdone. Absolutely.
Yeah, how many white robes can you have?
Exactly.
How many robes can I have? Period.
I'm gonna make you look like I don't like it. Like, give them something. I don't know. New. Give them like just a whole bit of chainmail. Do it.
Right. That's what I like. That's what I like about WoW. Like, as an example, cause I don't know how much you guys play, but Disc Priest is essentially a very close equivalent of White Mage.
No, it's more like Sage. Because you do damage to heal.
But what healer in WoW is like White Mage?
Cleric.
Normal priest.
Yeah, probably Holy Priest is more.
Yeah, okay, let me rephrase. Priest in general.
Yeah, just priest in general. Okay.
Because priest shares the same tier gear, right? Like it's not, holy and disc don't have different, visual appearances. Neither does like prot warrior, fury warrior, arms warrior. So priest in general, right? Like typically they have relatively holy gear or like dark gear where they're, they have like dark robes with like glowing purple or red energy permeating from it. And then completely out of nowhere, you'll just have this like full set of plate covering them from head to toe. And it is like the coolest gear ever. And then they'll have 5 years again of just nothing but robes. But like Final Fantasy XIV, I wish White Mage would just get something different, like a full set of plate gear, even just like one time.
Please.
Please. No, I was looking on there today, and have you looked at the Warlock tier piece? Where it has all the bloody hands that come out of it on the shoulder?
For the War Within?
For the Warlock, yeah, with War Within. I was like sitting there because my friend was playing it, I was like looking at it, I was like, yeah, that's pretty tame. And then you wait a minute, and then like these arms like come out. I'm like, oh, okay, no, that's sick. That's it. That's so cool. That's so badass.
Dude, the Warlock always gets a cool gear.
They
and then
always do.
Then sometimes Mage does too, but it's like for all the robe classes, it's always fucking Warlock. And like Warlock is such a, I don't know. They're like the immobile caster that can't really, they deal high damage, but otherwise they just kind of stay still.
What do you mean? I got my burning rush that I use health to run.
Oh, Mrs Stix loves that in dungeons, man.
I hate you with a burning passion. I have to heal you up before we do any encounter because you're like, gotta go fast.
It is called a burning rush for a reason. I expect my healers to be burning with anger against me.
Every time, like I'm doing mythics and you just like run by me and I'm like, okay, go die then.
And then there's
burn yourself alive.
I'm playing a tank this one, so I'm fine.
I'm just sat here going, my only experience with World of Warcraft is Shadowlands. That's the only World of Warcraft I've ever played. So
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry for your loss.
It wasn't bad.
No, it really wasn't bad if you came into it like in the last month because there were so many quality of life alterations made. So at launch, we came in. We went back to WoW at I think like the last month or two for Shadowlands, and it wasn't bad at all. Like lots of people were saying horrible things about it, but we got into it. The zones were very very aesthetically appealing. The raids were fun. The dungeons were fun. Like the dungeons, I think in Shadowlands were probably the most open we'd ever seen for us.
Also, all the abilities are really cool.
Yes,
the abilities like they added was just like the grabby hands and all that, like the spear. It was cool. Like they brought things. Mm-hmm. Like nowadays they have I say nowadays. Now they've got this the new hero where they take bits of two into one, which is cool. Warriors don't really get much. They just get Slayer and it does fuck all, which is passive shit. But some of it's really cool. Mm-hmm. I have been playing recently. I've played a lot of WoW with War Within. But
same here.
I have to ask, how are you enjoying a War Within so far?
Love it. Absolutely loving it. I'm having so much fun. Yet again, this probably falls more to me because I do mythic raiding. I do mythic dungeons, high tier. It's been a blast.
25s in Dragonflight.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm having fun.
Yeah, it is like Dragonflight was a stark contrast in terms of quality to Shadowlands, and I think Blizzard heard the feedback for Dragonflight and they were like, okay, so a lot of people thought this feature, that feature were really good. Let's improve the game by improving those features. And then they just introduced features that I think complemented what made Dragonflight good and expanded on that, and then created what is arguably probably one of their 3 best expansions that I've played. I played every expansion since Wrath of the Lich King because that's when I started. I never played Burning Crusade, so I can't speak about how good or bad that was, but I feel like every Burning Crusade player says Burning Crusade was the best. Every Wrath player says Wrath was the best. And I think War Within's probably for me, disregarding Burning Crusade, one of the 3 best expansions for it. Just like I feel like Shadowbringers was the best Final Fantasy XIV expansion.
I agree.
By far.
Also, Shadowbringers was my absolute favorite. Then came Endwalker, and that came in a close second. And now, I don't know. I've played some Dawn Trail. I'm gonna be quite frank. I quit Dawn Trail
for the first time. Yeah, since Stormblood.
I have not quit anything in Final Fantasy XIV, but I got halfway through. I was like, I think I'm too old for this now. I guess.
Please, please elaborate on that. What? Because I'm actually really interested in that. Yeah. Because I've had a couple of people that have just quit and they're like, I can't. This expansion's not for me.
Yeah, people are very divided. You have the people that love it and the people that hate it. That's pretty much it.
So I've done raiding in Final Fantasy XIV, and I have done most of the Savage tiers, completed them. I have done Uwu, I did Yukov. We tried T, but our group kind of fell apart. And I just don't have that push anymore, I guess, that light. because I feel like it's been tired out in Final Fantasy XIV. And I signed into Dawn Trail, I pre-ordered it, and I think I came in on such a high note because I had experienced Shadowbringers and Endwalker, and those stories really resonated with me and made me want to keep going. I mean, granted, like an Endwalker where it felt like you were just walking behind people trying to sneak in behind them, that was annoying. Like, there's annoying things in every expansion for every game for me. But in this one, I tried. I made it probably at the halfway mark, maybe a little past. And I just thought that perhaps my time would be spent better elsewhere, because it didn't feel the same kind of spark for me. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm very willing and patient to do things and play things. Like, I'll go beyond things in games than Stix further beyond. But
I understand where you're coming
I
from,
lost
because
it.
my friends hate me because games they don't like, I will find enjoyment out of a game. Because I'm very easy to please. It's same with like movies and stuff, and they hate me for it.
Same.
I don't criticize things. I'm just like, look, I will find enjoyment out of it. If I sat there and enjoyed like a little bit of it, I'm like, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we had fun watching the Fast and Furious movies and the Resident Evil movies, you know?
Yeah,
they were not great movies, but they were fun to watch, so we can find enjoyment in, you know, things that lots of people don't too. Completely understand.
So I can understand from obviously Shadow. Go, Chu.
By the way, I still say some of those movies, if you don't come into them thinking they're the video game movie and just some random horror movie, then they're a lot better than they seem. Like I feel like people come in with expectations that the video games normally can't. But
Mrs. Stix never played Resident Evil. So.
Nope, I've seen the movies though.
Yeah. So she just enjoyed it from a purely like zombie carnage perspective.
Yeah, it was great.
You better not screw up Sonic 3 though. I can't wait for.
Same here.
I haven't watched Sonic 2 yet, so.
Dude, the introduction of Shadow, like, oh god, I can't wait to see what they do with that. But seeing him stop Knuckles' punch with like his bare hand like that was kind of like, what the fuck was that?
The only thing I'm sad about is the fact that it looks like Rouge the Bat is not going to be in the movie.
Well, yeah. Have you seen Rouge's model?
Yeah, that's why I'm sad. Because imagine what reaction that's going to do at the cinema.
Yeah, little kids are going to go see a big titty bat lady. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's going to go over great. I can't imagine why.
And this is how gacha games get money.
Yeah, this is how they tempt players.
I mean, I wouldn't say I spend a lot of money on gachas. Honkai, I buy the battle pass thing, and that's pretty much it. Because mostly, I see when it comes to banners, I'm like, do they look cool? Is their story cool? Do you think I can get what I have, get the most out of them? And then I was like, oh, I see Fox Girl with basically a gun blade and an axe. A warrior gunbreaker combined. Fuck it, going for it. And then I just got her, so I was like, cool. I work up to pity and then hope I don't fail my 50-50, which I haven't yet. In my Honkai career since I started, have not failed my pity. Not once.
Knock on wood.
I'm knocking on wood.
See, that's what I like about Nikke. You can't fail your pity because hard pity is at 200. You know, there's no fail. Yeah, you have to get to 200, which is like, it takes longer to get to than the 180 for Genshin, Honkai, Zenless, and all the other gacha games. But, you know, you don't sit there suffering, knowing that you lost your 50-50 that time. And also, if I'm being honest, Nikke is incredibly generous with free polls. Every anniversary you get, they give out like 200 free polls. Every single event that happens every month, you get dozens of free polls. It's crazy.
The only thing I know about Nikke is that I look over at night, and when we're in bed, and it's the dark of night, and I just see this light to my right, and I look over, and there's just jiggling boobs and butt, and I'm like, okay. All right, continue.
Yeah, she looks over, and she continues for about a solid 30 seconds, and then she's like, "Okay." She understands. She can appreciate it. Like
I can.
Yeah,
it looks nice. I'm there for it, but I just don't want to play.
Relationship right there. I don't want to stick my time into it. I have other things I have to do. See,
that's fine. Look, sorry, go on.
I can't physically pay for gacha games because I am addicted to a certain kind of plastic, and so I can't, in good rights, pay gacha games that much anymore. So I mainly just play like free to play ish.
I think I'm along the same lines as you because my first real gacha game I started in on was Genshin Impact. I think that was a first for a lot of us. And I spent so much money and I sat back and I was like, why am I dumping so much of my work money into this game? I need to quit. So I quit. And then I came back to gacha games because Stix continues to play them for work. And I've had to set very hard limits for myself for gacha games because I just want to spend money and get the cute waifus because I love them all.
For me, I play Dokkan Battle, which is my gacha addiction. And I feel like we're doing like a round circle of hello today. But no, every August, I feel I get incredibly disappointed in myself, because I don't know if any other gacha games this, but every year there's something called the Worldwide Celebration where you get a memorial stone for every multi you've done throughout that year from August to August. So during that time, you then get a load of rewards based on how much you've summoned throughout the year. So you can see how much you've spent by how many rewards you get during that celebration. I'm like, oh god.
I think only that does that because I don't think any other gacha game I know does that.
Yeah, same here. I played over 120 different gacha games in the last 2 years. I have never seen one do that. The vast majority of them hold anniversary events, but
but not like that type of anniversary.
No,
they've got the Japanese anniversary in February, and then you've got the global anniversary in July, and then August is like a celebration of both versions normally. And that's where they do the return on both the global and Japanese versions. So that's where but it's nice in a way. It's sad when I see how many I get, but like you can then use those stones to buy older units, and also I would not recommend that. That is for mega whales. But you can also then get tickets, which then work on banners that then has every unit up to like last year available. So you can then use the tickets to have a chance to get them anyway. Like, so it's better to do the tickets than it is to buy them because it's something like 150 stones to buy one character, or you can buy 150 tickets and have more chance because you got 150 tickets versus buying one character. Like, you just don't.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So I
don't know why I'm saying it's pretty good. I still play the game.
I still feel disappointed in myself every time that I get to that time of year and I'm like, oh god. Like this year I found out.
How much have I spent? Wait a minute.
I watch a YouTuber called Toon Rami and he like covers like a load of content creators, like, you know, how much they spend and how much they've summoned over the year. And I looked and I found out from my numbers, if I was a content creator, I would have been number 9 on the list.
Dang.
Fucking hell.
In my defense, number 10 is free to play. But still, I would be on the list.
I'd be on that list.
I'm like, I've made bad choices in life.
I mean, I used to be like that because I used to, again, I play a lot of the NBA games and the FIFAs. So, well, it's not called FIFA now, it's called like EA something. And I'm like,
Stix is making all kinds of faces at you right now.
Look, I like NBA, I like basketball, I like football. And then I played Dragon Age, and then I found the world of fantasy just so much fun. So, but
now you're just waiting for a fantasy version of FIFA or NBA or something, right?
It's called Blood Bowl.
That'd be so good.
But yeah, that would be cool. But no, it's like that's where I think my gacha thing began because, you know, buying FIFA points or buying VC to open packs. So that's just another version of gacha. That's where mine started, and I was like, yeah, no, I need to stop because all my money's just going down the drain. And now I get into Warhammer, and now that's going. I have 4 armies. Do you know how much 4 armies? That is almost $2,000.
That's it.
That was just this year.
Only $2,000, dude.
And that was this year though. I only started doing it this year. People were like, "Oh no, yeah, no. If you want to just get into it, to start off with 1 army." I started off with 4.
Oh,
I was like, "No, I'm going in deep with this." My friends were like, "Why did you do this?" And I went, "I don't know. I have an addictive personality. I used to smoke and stuff. Like, I don't smoke now, but I have a very addictive personality. When I get into stuff, I get addicted really easily. So happy I did not get addicted to drugs."
Long story short, you should probably not leave me alone with Paul in a room. We will probably get in trouble.
That could be
Let's never go to Vegas.
Oh no, yeah, never go to Vegas. I would be just one more. Okay, could be this one.
She only likes gambling for waifus.
That is true. Yeah. But the way I learned about gambling was from my mother. We were in Vegas, and I was a wee child. My mother went up to one of the penny machines, I think, and like slid in the coin and was like, "This is what happens when you try to gamble." And then she won. She's like, "This is not what happens. Move away, children." That was my first lesson.
We live near the beach. We can just go down the road and we can do that. We don't need to go to Vegas for that.
Yeah, that's true.
We have our own gambling machines and slot machines all the way. We have them down here by the beach. So
yeah, we have roughly the same in Australia, right? I lived by the beach for a lot of my life, and every time you go to the beach, you jump in the ocean, it's a gamble whether or not you'll be eaten by a shark.
Or killed by a manta ray or something.
No, they're friendly in Australia for the most part.
No, it's not. It's not sharks. It's you jump in the water and then you got to make sure you're not jumping into someone's poo. That is our danger. Not gonna lie.
Same with France. If the Olympics were to go off of, yeah.
Our sewage is allowed to dump if it's over exif, and you're like, no, it's not good. Do not go in our waters, people. It's not great. Just don't. You think it looks nice? You're here on holiday. It looks. Oh, look! Don't go into the water in England. Don't drink it. Don't swim in it. Don't. Just look at it from a distance and make it. It looks pretty. Just don't be in it. Okay.
With a slight tint.
As an aside, though, you're probably going to find E. coli in nearly every source of water that's just out and about. So.
Yeah, just don't drink raw water.
A raw water. Let me cook my water first. Literally, I know you're so privileged to have Volvic water and stuff like that, and have like smart water, but in the poverty zone, we can only drink that water, man.
You boil it first, and then make it cold, and then drink it.
No, you just make a cup of tea then.
That's true. At
that point, you might as well just make tea. Or a cup of coffee.
Or coffee.
At that point. At that point, there's no point of drinking water.
Yeah. Depending on what you like, of course. That's preference. What we here again for? I can't remember.
Oh, no, we're supposed to be talking about...
I think we were talking about primals for a second, and then now we're talking about water.
I was about to say Dragon Age. Then.
Yeah,
I was like, we talk about Dragon Age. I went, no, wait, this is 14. This is 5.
We went
14.
from the primal performances to poop.
This is a typical stream for us. Every stream we ever do always ends up on poop.
Yeah.
It's a typical podcast.
Look, there's a reason why every fan event I wear a poop hat. Like I have my traditional poop hat. I wear it.
Because you're that old, where you shit yourself.
Well, no, the real reason is because a podcast called She Heals, I Tank helped me get to America for FanFest 2018, and their logo, as you can tell, is She Heals, I Tank. So their slogan is shit, because that's what She Heals, I Tank shrinks down to. So they asked me if I could wear a poop hat for a photo, and I'm like, not just that, I'll just wear it for the entire FanFest. And now I just kind of wear it everywhere I go, out of respect, out of the community.
He has done it whilst having an interview with Yoshi P.
Yeah.
Wait, is there pictures of this? I kind of want to see this now.
I don't have pictures of me and Yoshi P because it was in the screening, but yeah, I've got pictures
Dang
of me
it.
walking around. Yeah, no, that was in like a Q&A. I wish I had. Next time I'm doing a public one, I will do it. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Next time when he just quickly phones up Yoshi P because he has him in his back pocket, you know.
No,
next time have him wear the hat.
Yeah, have him wear
He
that.
probably would.
You know what? Maybe I'll buy a second hand. And we'll both wear it.
Just give it to him.
I feel like you would be very thankful.
Oh my god, you need to put like a little sprout on it or something, or like a little like Black Mage logo on it. I think he would love that. There you go, Chili. That's what we can work on for next round. I
don't know if there's a Black Mage logo on top of a picture of shit, then he might take offense to that.
Oh, that is
Black Mage is shit. Like what?
Yeah, but maybe he'll get the message because it is shit.
Not when I played it.
No,
when did you play it?
I think like 2.0 or 2.1 when it was fun.
Exactly.
Every Black Mage ever is like, I will not leave this circle. This is my circle. I don't care if I get hit with anything. I die here, but I will do damage.
We used to have a Black Mage main, and then this expansion he was like fuck this, and he's now the tank. He was like, I don't want to play this, and he loved it. He would always play Black Mage. Like,
same here.
He's like, no.
Yeah, I went warrior.
Yeah, they all turned to tanks now. So I was like, okay, that's fine. But I just find it funny. I haven't played it myself, but I've heard so much. Someone's written a book about old Black Mage. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you needed a book to understand how to play that class.
I just find it so funny. I mean, again, I play a healer. I play like Astro, White Mage, Scholar. I like healing. If I play DPS or tank, I fall asleep, which I've done many times in a raid. Because they're just boring DPS players.
That's a true healer right there.
I get more enjoyment out of healing. It's fine. This is more fun.
I can't heal WoW. Everybody's screaming.
I'm pretty shitty at WoW for healing. I think I'm just too not used to. But in Final Fantasy, you have so much AoE healing and stuff. And in WoW, it's a lot of like spot healing at the time, or regen. Say if you're a druid, it's all about your dots and your hops and stuff.
Yeah, like for Shaman and Resto Druid, you literally just say, stand in my circle. That's it. It's pretty much like a massive AoE regen that just, don't be a fucking idiot and step out of my circle. You want healed, stand in it.
I was actually thinking of playing a druid and trying to learn to heal and tank and stuff like that on druid, but I was like, I'm just gonna sit here and play my warrior. I don't want to play my warlock because I used to be a good warlock and now I'm just.
I used to too. I used to land on top of like buildings out in the open world, set up a portal across from me, and then I would attack people. And when they like charge up, leap up, or blink up or something and get to me, I just take my portal to the other side and continue attacking them until they died.
Oh, so you're that arsehole every time I'm doing a like low level quest and I get that kill.
No, I didn't do it to low level people. I only did it to max level people because they deserved it.
True.
I'm still so surprised you never went horde from all the stories you tell me.
Yeah, I was a double agent, essentially.
Yeah, he's a spy. He's a spy. But no, I kind of actually want to do that now. I kind of want to level up my druid now and try and play it.
Look, I don't know much. I said I don't know much about WoW. I don't know much about WoW. All I know is the Lich King had a really sexy voice. That's all I remember.
No. You need to remember it was all the Lich King's fault. This new expansion has to be the Lich King.
I don't care. With his voice, he can do anything.
Yeah, no, dude, his yeah. You could end the podcast there. Lich King's voice, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Good day.
That was our 200th episode right there.
Where we talked fuck all about Final Fantasy and
episode 200, the Lich King's voice.
Yeah, we talked about poop. We talked very briefly about the primal performance. We talked about my really cool hat that I wore, the pictures or the thing I did with Yoshi P that I didn't take pictures of, and the Lich King's sexy voice.
Well, to be fair, we probably spoke for several minutes on the expansions in Final Fantasy XIV.
You spoke several minutes about the expansion.
One of us was on topic.
Okay, so there are 4 of us here, and there is 1 professional.
And it's not the 2 hosts, so...
No. Shit, we would have been sitting there talking about food for about at least 2 hours. If we had if we had
There's a reason why I have a spin-off podcast dedicated to food, because we ended up talking about food so much on this show that I ended up just making a food-based podcast instead. So...
Well, there you go. That works.
But with, I think WoW has had a better expansion than Final Fantasy. At least for me. And I've played both. I haven't finished the story in WoW yet because it's actually been good, and I love the one-armed paladin. She's dope.
Oh yeah, yep,
really cool.
Oh, Paul,
cripple represent.
Unique question for you then, because I assume you raid in WoW as well, correct?
I have been trying to. Yeah, I pug a lot.
How would you describe WoW rating versus Final Fantasy XIV rating? I'm curious how someone else would do this, who actually raids in both.
I like WoW raiding mainly because it's not just an arena.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually just a giant ass dungeon that you can do a boss at any point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I liked WoW raiding. Final Fantasy raiding, it's just you're on a platform, here's a boss fight, good luck.
The way I do...
There are a lot of mechanics with different, in Final Fantasy, the mechanics are really different and a lot more, what's the word, nitpicky and a little bit annoying. I'm looking at UB and RNG, fuck UB. And in WoW, I haven't stepped into the new one yet because I have been busy with Warhammer and other stuff. I'm hopefully going to do it Sunday after my Final Fantasy raid. I'm going to nip in with a couple of people, do some heroic one. So, see.
Because the way I have been trying to describe it to people, because there's not many people that do high tier rating in Final Fantasy XIV and do high tier rating in WoW. But to me in Final Fantasy XIV, it feels like learning an extensive dance. Like you have your set steps and it can change to maybe a 2-step or something else in the middle. But generally you have your dance down. I go to point A, I go to point B. It's still complex in its own right because you have to be a performer. You need to learn your performance. But in WoW, to me, it feels like I have freedom to be a what was the break dancer in the Olympics? That's what it feels like. I can just go and do whatever. I still have my job, I'm still break dancing. But I don't have the confinement of being in a professional dancer performance where I need to be upright and doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I can go over to the left side or the right side. I can kill this mob. I can kill that boss. I can do a lot of things. That's the best way I can describe it.
So Final Fantasy XIV is more scripted, and World of Warcraft is more just chaos.
Face smash on keyboard.
But that's what I like, because in WoW, a lot of some bosses, they have ads. Final Fantasy has not had ads in their raid tier for so long. Nothing to do with ads or a mechanic, but behind ads, they just stopped doing it.
Well, that's the same as that's similar with dungeons, though. Yeah. In Final Fantasy XIV, dungeons were you have a couple different pulls. You pull wall to wall essentially. There's 4 sets of monsters, boss fight. Couple of sets of monsters, boss fight. Couple sets of monsters, boss fight. Every single dungeon is relatively linear. You move in a straight line.
Yep.
It is and then in WoW, especially if you play Dragonflight with the no-cut offensive,
that dungeon was so fucking cool. Sorry.
I know, right? It was it was an entire zone in size. It was the craziest dungeon, not raid, dungeon I have ever done in an MMO. And then in War Within, they've done the same thing. They've implemented dungeons that are much more open, much more complex. And this is like, it's not just pull 2 sets or 4 sets of monsters and then a boss fight. There are 2, 3, 5 different routes you can take to reach the boss. There are stronger elite monsters or weaker, but more monsters over to the other route. There's some hidden bosses in there. Like, they are so varied in terms of the contents of the dungeon, and they're not just a linear, move forward, hold W to get to the boss and finish the dungeon. And it is just such a different experience doing one over the other. Not that I'm saying Final Fantasy XIV's dungeons are bad.
Oh no, they are.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna jump in here now. I'm gonna have to jump in here now quickly. Okay, from what I've heard, one of the reasons why the dungeons are so simple, I don't know how true this is. I think I remember reading this before. The reason why is because they actually have some of the newer staff kind of working on the dungeons first before they move on to other content, because that way, it's already like they've got a set path of what they do, so that way they know what they're doing. And you talk about those dungeons you talk about just now for WoW, kind of remind me of the variant dungeons or Criterion dungeons that they added in the previous expansion of Endwalker, where there's multiple different paths you can go down the dungeon, and each one has like more different like types of story and lore and like damage. There's different enemy types and bosses based on the routes you take during the dungeon. The only issue is, unlike the WoW's, is there a specific name for the WoW's dungeons, or is it just dungeons?
Dungeons.
There are different dungeons. You have normal dungeons, heroic dungeons, and then the mythic dungeons, and then you have mythic plus.
And now you have delves too.
Delves, yes, which I love.
Oh yeah,
my delves.
They've been very fun.
Compared to the WoW dungeons, where you can get gear rewards and you can get stuff that seems worthwhile for doing those multiple different paths. The issue I have, and I think a lot of people have with the Criterion dungeons and the variant dungeons that they included into 14, is yes, it's very cool that there's multiple different lore and story-based things you can do in the dungeon, and there's like different bosses and all different routes. But the issue is, you don't really get anything good as a reward for completing it. Yeah, you get a mount, I think, for them, right? I think each one of the Criterion has a mount. But
yeah, they do.
If you're not a mount collector, you're going to have no real desire to do something like this, especially considering how challenging it can be.
Because I did the first Criterion dungeon that released, where it's at the end of the boss is like a chinchilla thing. I don't even know what it was called. It was very big and fluffy.
Yeah, I got that. One I've done too. That's the only one I've done as well. So
I got that, and then I was like, I don't feel like that was worth the amount of time and effort I had to put into this. Like, I didn't feel like my time was respected. I don't know if
I see Final Fantasy as it is the casual MMO. You can just come on, play like 1 or 2 hours of it, do your dailies, that's it, log off. In WoW, I can sit there and do keys for like 5 to 6 hours and hopefully get some gear out of it. That's what I love that. If I want to get a just pure MMO kick of how I like the nice grind, I'll just go play WoW and play it and do like right now I'm doing delves, I'm doing M pluses, and then I want to do some more pug raids because it is just fun.
Yeah,
the bosses are a lot fun. Yeah,
I just feel that WoW is the actual true MMO experience, where Final Fantasy XIV feels more like an RPG to me.
And again, this is coming from someone that has thousands and thousands of hours in Final Fantasy XIV and significantly less in WoW.
I've met some of my best friends in Final Fantasy XIV, but the majority of my time, like going into the expansion, it's kind of lonely because you do the story by yourself.
I mean, that's why people often call it an RPG MMO instead of an MMORPG. The MMO part is an addition rather than the main focus. But I talk about raiding though. I played Final Fantasy 11 back in the day, and really the only raid I did back in the day was called Dynamis, which was like an alternate version of the universe where the enemies had taken over the cities. but you had to pay 1 million gil just to enter the raid. That was one person had to go buy an item from a goblin. So there was an hourglass you had to buy, and you had to spend 1 million gil just to enter the raid. That was just the entry fee.
Again, I think they should do that to now, because then it gives you something to do during the week, and that, you know, work up, get the money, get the stuff, or even like do like a quest you have to, or go craft something to get into the raids. Do you know why? Because that's fun. It gives you something to do during the week. I barely log into Final Fantasy if I'm not raiding. Like I'm in 3 raid teams in Final Fantasy. One's American, 2 English or European, and they're about 2-3 hours each. And that's the only time I log on. I don't even log on to Cap anymore. I'm like, I really can't be effed. I'm gonna go play WoW, or I'm gonna go play my sports games, or I'm gonna sit there and play Honkai. You know, I'm like, and it's just gonna get worse, because when Dragon Age comes out, I'm just gonna be playing Dragon Age and forgetting that I have raid. I'm so sorry to all my raiders that will probably happen. They will probably have to like message me like, "Hey Paul, it's time." I'm like, "Oh shit, my bad." But it's, I don't know, if I want that pure MMO grind kick, I will just go play WoW. It is, though the stories have been a little bit, but the stories of recent, and obviously the cutscenes of recent, have been amazing for WoW. You know, I'm like, oh my god, they've actually bucked up their shit. Oh my god, it's actually really cool. And then like even my friends who are not big story people are like, oh my god, I actually sat here and watched the story of WoW. And I'm like, oh my god, what's up with you? And I just told them, don't play Final Fantasy. Because all my WoW people, they're like, oh yeah, you play Final Fantasy. Now, how's that? Maybe we start playing. I'm just like, mate, if you want to get to endgame, it is a bloody hassle. From level 1 to get to level 100 now, it's too long. Too long.
Yeah, so, and WoW, you can go from 1 to 80 in
3 hours.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say in like less than a day if you level sync, or level sync, party sync, whatever. When you sync your world to your level, you can level so quickly. You can literally just go into any expansion you want, and then hit endgame the day you start it if you want to, after only experiencing an expansion. Or you can take the normal route if you're a new player and, you know, level up much slower. But, you know, you have the option without paying, without like having to buy a level skip, not having to go through 800, 1,200 hours worth of story. And
that's the thing. Like, how much it cost? It cost what, £19 or something like
yeah,
for a character boost, and then you have to buy a story skip boost if you want to get to endgame. And it's like, what? That's about 30-40 quid. Like, I'm not gonna spend that. Now, if they did the same thing with, I don't know if anyone's played ESO, but ESO had chapters.
Yeah.
Like, say like the newest chapter come out, I can start a level 1 character in that chapter.
And that's what we did. That's what we did when we started the golden.
The gold.
Wait, we played. And then before that, the necro something. We're paid to do this, so I don't, you know, have a perfect recollection of the naming.
Yeah, I also did the review for both of them, and I can't remember the top of my head. Big shout out to them for allowing me to play it early. Thank you again. I can never say their name right, but everyone's gonna laugh. Bethesda.
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 Is that like is that like Final Fantasy Dissidia? Is that where you get the name from?
But I love Final Fantasy. I have almost 12k hours in Final Fantasy. I love the story. I love the Zodiac Hylian era. Shit was great. Absolutely amazing. Now, we are coming into a new era. Yes, the expansion was a little slow, but they're trying to be it like another A Realm Reborn, where they're going to start like branching off into a bigger story. I get that some of the story was cool, good. Some of it was very predictable, as we found out on our live stream and our playthrough, because Chili was very like predictable and really called a lot of things. But again, it's rinse and repeat. There's nothing new. It's just rinse and repeat. Dungeons. The only thing that changes is the story. You get the same amount of dungeons each patch, same amount of raid each patch, 24-man each patch. I feel like they need to shake it up.
Yes, 100%.
And apparently, that's what they're doing with the latest calling of the Gamescom interview, that they're making a 24-man Savage. I was hearing through people that apparently they're making a 24-man Savage that's not to do with any story or any 24-man story. But I'm thinking they're just doing it how they did it for one of the relics, like in like the Bolton and Arsenal type thing. But I think that was like that's not 24, is it? That's.
But if
24?
A 24-man Savage, like in my head, I'm already thinking how hard it is to coordinate with everyone, like in my static group as is. Can you imagine doing that with 24 people, doing that rigorous dance that's gonna come?
Yeah. Nah, I'm not. Yep. I'm not. I'm looking forward to the hell, but I'm not looking forward to it. And also, Arsenal is 56 players.
56 players, okay.
56, yeah.
So it's basically going to be like that, but lower down to 24. And
yeah,
I don't know if this is rumors, but apparently this was in an interview at Gamescom or something. I know that a lot of content creators in the Final Fantasy have like brought this up and stuff, so it could be interesting.
And we might find out some details. We might find out some details. When is it? Not
the live letter that's coming up soon.
Yeah. Next week. Yeah. Next Sunday.
The 29th of September. At 5
Can I just say this year's gone by
AM.
fast, and I'm scared.
Oh yeah.
Nope. I don't care. I don't care that it's gone fast. I have Dragon Age. I've waited 10 years. This year can go as quick as it wants.
No, because I'm nearly 40, Paul. I don't want to be 40.
Yes, no, I'm nearly 30. Oh, my bad.
Congratulations.
Dude, 40 is the new 20. It's okay.
I'm almost 40. It's not old. What are you saying?
Yeah, see, look, you just insulted our guest, Chili. What are you doing here?
I'm sorry.
First, you spell her name wrong. Now you insult her age. My God.
To be fair, though, I did also just get ID'd for scissors, so I can't say.
It's like I'm probably the oldest here physically because my body is like a 60-year-old man where knees are breaking, hips are dying. But hopefully the chiropractic can.
I am a nurse. My knees are kind of gone.
Yeah.
I literally have a scar where I broke my wrist in 3 places. So.
Oh, my bad. I broke my foot in 6. But I didn't get surgery for it. My doctors were like, "Oh, we'll just put it in a cast and fuck off." And they didn't even give me physiotherapy. I really hated that hospital.
They just gave me surgery and then they didn't even bother with the physio. I'm like, "Oh, aren't I supposed to like do something with this?" They're like, "No, it's fine, go."
It's like I was off for 6 months. Like it was a serious breakage. Like I needed physiotherapy. They didn't give me physio. And I was in college at the time, studying to be an engineer. So
yeah. Well, we normally only do an hour, but we have been on for a little bit longer than that.
We shall keep going.
But before
I can't even look because I'm not streaming this time. I can't see how long we've been going. I hate this.
Before we start wrapping things up,
we've got questions, haven't we? Yeah.
Well, I say that, but we've probably discussed most of those by accident.
We've probably answered most of them, actually.
Yeah,
just talking randomly. We've kind of covered everything.
Yeah, to be fair, that's what I only leave. I'll be honest. The document is just so that make sure we don't have dead air. I don't really like it so that if there's something that we need, if we're not talking, like if there's a guest that if we get on that is nervous and ends up not talking too much, I do like write stuff down just that way. There's something to like prompt, in need be, but. Most of the time with Moogle around, it's just words are said in sentences, and sometimes those sentences make English, but not always.
That's okay. I'm Australian. We don't know when to shut up.
Hey,
but you've been super quiet.
Anyway.
Yeah. God.
Look, I've just been enjoying the discussions. It's been a great show. But seriously,
I'm lucky. I've been sitting here watching Race to World First, and I've been watching a Warhammer tournament all at the same time whilst talking.
Oh, I was watching World First earlier. That was the first time I've been watching that for a while. Who was in today, first? Right? Was it Method was like what second? Liquid now? Oh
yeah, man. Liquid's on 7% of this boss they're on. They're only on the 4th boss, so
yeah.
This 4th boss has been quite challenging for them. So
I'm still salty. I am still salty for Dawn Trail World First race this year. Like I am incredibly salty about. Like I applied to be a guest host for the the World First by Frosty this year because he does like he covers like the Frosty TV covers a lot of the World First stuff. He's the content creator that kind of does that, and he anyway. I got accepted to help co-host part of it, but the part that I was told to co-host was they'd already finished, so I never got to do it. I'm like, no.
Yeah, this World First was so quick.
Yeah. 14's World First was done by the time you could have cooked dinner, and by the time you finished cooked dinner, they were done, basically.
Yeah, it was like same day it came out, done.
I think it was 5 hours for the entire World First this year.
Damn.
For Dawn Trail.
Yeah.
I think it was like 5.5
and then
hours.
I'm sitting here watching the WoW's World First. They're on day 3, and they're only on the 4th boss.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, the first day was them grinding out heroics, like trying to gear, and now they're actually starting to do stuff.
But the WoW World First typically tend to have a lot of
sponsors.
Coverage. Yeah, yes. Coverage and sponsors, and like comparatively, the viewership for World First WoW is like exponentially larger than any other MMOs. It's crazy the amount of attention that WoW's World First endeavors get.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Final Fantasy XIV have that?
Because
because Yoshi P doesn't really. Yeah. Because Square Enix doesn't really want anything to do with it. Because Square Enix doesn't really recognize and talk about any of the World First stuff. In fact, they kind of shun it, really, don't they? More than anything.
They tweet out to the people that did get World First. I don't think they've done it recently anymore. They used to.
Once.
They did it once. They did congratulations to this team for getting World First. But now
there's some drama around some World First that happened. What, a year or 2 years ago?
The hacks they
because the zoom
had.
Was the vision that they could see more of the platform or something?
Yeah. And like to be fair, I do feel so sorry for them, but they literally got so shunned from the community and everything. I was like, gee. In WoW, I get to use add-ons, so I'm like, oh, look at all these add-ons.
Yeah, exactly. I get to use. They literally have a tab. They literally have a tab for add-ons built into the game. Please mod our game however you want.
I think that's the difference between 14 and WoW when it comes to platforms, though, because World of Warcraft is exclusively on PC, while Final Fantasy XIV was on PlayStation exclusively and is now on Xbox, where, everything you say is censored. But anyway, let's go back to PlayStation. So you can't support mods with the closed platform that is Sony and Microsoft. So that's, I guess, one of the reasons why Square Enix is so against modding on Final Fantasy XIV, because of because it would be an uneven playing field for the console players, such as myself. I am a console player. So,
or they just don't like fun.
That's true. That's
that too.
I mean, did you see that statement Yoshi P came out saying? Nokia Yoshida, because remember it's a different person that made Final Fantasy 16. It's a completely different person supposedly. Cough cough. Let's continue that joke, I guess. Where he came out saying, I really hope that nobody makes any inappropriate mods for Final Fantasy 16 on PC. You better not.
I showed Mrs Stix that earlier.
You better not make it.
I swear the way he said it, he was actually like, he said it because he legally had to, but in reality, he's probably sat there down. He's probably the first one to download some of them.
I know, right?
Soken is probably there waiting for the chicken, Karagi chicken mod to be added.
It's like the game for me is slowly just getting more. What's the word? I won't say boring because I do log on and raid. There's just nothing for me to do. It's nothing for me to grind for.
Yeah.
Like it's mostly just the social aspect of the game. Like I go see friends or
you go to Limsa and you see all the little Lalafels dancing and Makote dancing, and then you join in and that social aspect.
No, because I'm a Vieira, and that's a whole nother kettle of fish that I don't want to go to.
That episode 201.
Hats.
Oh, don't even. I'm still so pissed off at that. Indie company, right? Indie company.
They've only got 10 people working on the game, right?
Indie company.
Yeah. But no, I think the only thing that's got me playing still is as I said, I played 11 a lot. It was my first MMO. I had a lot of history with that game. I still remember that time I was grinding and my monitor set on fire. That was fun times. But no, like I played a lot of 11. So I think the main reason I'm playing 14 right now is I'm waiting until the patch, because the patch will be dropping an alliance raid dedicated to 11. The next alliance raid is inspired by Final Fantasy 11. So I think that's the reason why I'm still playing 14 for now, because I'm excited for that.
So you're just playing 14 now because of the nostalgia effect you're going to get and see what they do with the 11 content.
Yeah. Okay. If they screw that up, then they're going to piss me off a lot.
When they released the Evilise raids, as a Final Fantasy 12 fan, I was like, fuck yes! And then they had Fran in it. I was like, oh god, seeing her like rendered in Final Fantasy 14's engine.
So good.
Yeah.
She did it
like I'm hoping they add the Archangels. I'm looking forward to the Shadow Lord. I'm looking forward to the I just want to see what they give us. I can't wait. I really can't. So that's my reason for playing 14. So as we start wrapping this podcast up, I just want to say, Mr. Stix, thank you for being on. Mrs. Stix, thank you also for being on.
We do have one more question, though.
Okay, fire away.
Do you have any advice or wisdom you would like to pass on to other content creators in the MMO or gacha space?
Start now. Seriously, just like the gacha scene has blown up. It has eclipsed every single other type, subgenre of gaming. It is the most lucrative in terms of revenue for studios, the most lucrative in terms of revenue for gaming creators. There are new games coming out every week. 5, 10, 15 new games releasing every month. Hundreds of games releasing a year. Some of them are breakout hits, like what Hoyo does with Genshin and Honkai. Some are smaller, but still monolithic hits, like Wuthering Waves and Nikke. If you get into the genre now, by the time the next big gacha game comes out, you'll have built a following and you'll be able to monopolize on that. Now is the time, because every day more and more gacha creators start. And then you're letting additional competition happen. Like you're literally allowing yourself less opportunities if you don't start today. That is what I tell everyone when they ask me, Stix, should I start doing gacha content? Yes. When should? Yes, now. What should I cover? Anything you want. There is a market in the gacha genre for every type of content and every type of game. So in terms of gacha, now do it. Don't ask questions. In terms of MMOs, I would not. Right? I would advise against it. I would advise getting into content creation as an MMO creator.
I think I can sum this up pretty quickly. I have a list of every upcoming MMO that is coming out in the future, and it is getting smaller and smaller, not because they're releasing, but because they are getting canceled.
Yep.
Like, you know, we should cover Blue Protocol, right? I'm sorry.
Which
I'm
is
not gonna lie. I'm with you on that one, because there were there's 2 MMOs I was really looking forward to. One of them not being Blue Protocol, because I didn't know what the fuck that was.
I actually enjoyed it. I
thought it was another gacha game. So I was like, oh, it's probably another gacha game.
I mean, you weren't wrong.
It had gacha cosmetics, so...
Yeah.
It was the Lord of the Rings MMO.
Okay.
By
out,
Amazon.
Right?
I don't know. Haven't heard
yes,
kind of.
It is.
I mean, it's Amazon, so until it's actually out, it's Schrodinger's
game. They're flip-flopping back and forth between, yeah, we're doing it and we're doing great, and I don't know what's going on. So it's...
Amazon is the Schrodinger's cat of gaming, basically. It exists, but it doesn't exist until we actually see it.
Yep. Sorry, Paul. What was the other game?
And the League of Legends MMO.
Okay, Riot's MMO. Well, oh my, really? You have 2 MMOs that have been announced, but have absolutely no chance of releasing within the next decade.
Yeah, that is true.
Then I've got Dragon Age. I can wait. I waited a century.
Dude, Dragon Age 5 will release before either of those MMOs do.
I know, but it's something for me to look forward to. I probably just won't be... If Final Fantasy does not pick up its shit, I will probably... I won't say I'll drop Final Fantasy, but I'd probably just find another play.
I think Chrono Odyssey is the last MMO I'm really even looking forward to before I probably get too old where I don't feel like it anymore.
See, I think there is one MMO left that has a chance of being a success that isn't WoW. So I think there's one MMO that could be a success that is a new MMO.
Oh.
And that is So I've mentioned Hoyoverse multiple times in the podcast. They're the people that make Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero. They have 5 games in active development right now. One of them is an MMO that is set within the Honkai intellectual property and therefore universe.
Okay.
Hoyo is the largest, highest quality producer of gacha games. And everything they have done, love or hate the game, has been phenomenally optimized with a good story, good combat, good graphics. Like, they're very predatory, and there's definitely power creep in their games, but they're all very good games for gacha games. And they are making an MMO in the vein of their gacha games. It is going to be open world, anime inspired, and probably, given all the games that they do, action combat as well. I think with the potential player pool they have access to, which is tens of millions, with the revenue that they earn per month, which is adding Zenless, Honkai Star Rail, and Genshin together, upwards of I think 300 to 400 million per month. They are the only studio that has the ability to push out an MMO that is high quality enough with regular enough updates that could succeed. No other studio has hundreds of millions of dollars they could invest into an MMO. None of them have the ability to push out content updates on the same schedule that Hoyo does. All their games have, 5-6 week content schedule. So every 6 weeks, a major update drops for every one of their games. And I think they could potentially revolutionize how MMOs do things. Because, like, I don't know how many, like, big MMOs you play, like Guild Wars 2, ESO, Black Desert. Like, typically, you know, we don't get updates on with that kind of frequency.
That's what I say. I'm going to have to go back and give Fantasy 14 a lot of credit there. I know we pooped on it a lot, but, like, if you want to talk about update frequency, they update on the 3 month. It's always it's up. You can predict from now until the end of the year when basically exactly when the patches are going to come out, because they are always about the same time, give or take a week or two, because like they announced a while back that they added an extra week because they wanted to take the winter holidays off, so they added an extra week from that, and they've also added 2 extra weeks from summer because they want to have a summer holiday. But apart from that, it's always roughly 3 to 3.5 months between patches. You can pretty much predict exactly when the patch is going to drop, and you got to give 14 credit on that. Like the fact,
I do appreciate that too.
It's in a nice pattern. Though at the same time, that can also be an issue because it's in a pattern, so you know when the content is going to come. So you could get.
Well, it's the same with Hoyo's games. It's the same with Hoyo's games. You know, you can always predict it because it's going to be exactly 6 weeks away. But every patch that they roll out has tons of content that can keep you occupied for potentially weeks. And then, you know, you're guaranteed another major content update literally a few weeks after you've cleared the content. So there's never really much downtime. Whereas in MMOs, outside of rerunning like dungeons or the same raid every day, you don't, or every week, you don't really have much in terms of things to do. Yeah. And I think that like that style of progression, if Hoyo managed to like break it and remold how progression works in their MMO, it could mean, entirely new things for the genre moving forward. I think that might, because all the upcoming MMOs are all doing the same things that MMOs already do. So we already have all these in games that have existed for decades. But if Hoyo has their way, they're going to push an MMO to tens of millions of people that they're all going to love. And then everyone that does MMOs are going to look to their success and want to replicate it. So I think they could potentially reshape the genre when they release a Honkai MMO. And if I'm being honest, that's going to release before the Lord of the Rings MMO, before Riot's MMO, probably before Ashes of Creation or any other potentially big game. So that's what I'm excited for, to see what happens with that. Because outside of that, I think, every MMO is going to release. People are going to be excited for it. They're going to play it. They're going to get disappointed by it. They're going to move on. If Hoyo has taught me anything as a creator and as a gacha player and an MMO player, they are great at retaining player interest. And they are going to utilize everything they've learned over all of their games, and they are going to do something big. That's what I think about MMOs and the future of it, the future of the genre.
But unfortunately, that means the future of MMOs, the next big MMO, is going to be gacha oriented.
Yeah, and if you think about it, gacha games have eclipsed everything else, right? If all the MMO creators and all the MMO friends I have, they all play two kinds of games now. They all migrated on over to gacha games, or they migrated on over to survival multiplayer games. So things like Valheim, Pal World, Ark, V Rising, games that have
Don't sue us, Pokemon.
And what? Oh, Pokemon.
Don't sue us, Pokemon, because we said Power World.
Yeah. But they kind of wanted a game that has the MMO soul and MMO aspects, but didn't have all the crap that being an MMO has. So that's why they all migrated onto two kinds of games.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm literally the same, because I count my sports games as gacha games. Because I sit there and play my team and that, and I'm sitting there doing their events. I'm getting the currency to pull for a unit or buy. Obviously, they have a market board and stuff that I can buy, whatever. And that's, it's true. Survival games. I play Rust, so I'm like,
yeah, exactly. There you go.
I go and play like a week wipe with a friend or something. And I'm like, yeah, cool.
There you go.
Well, at least you didn't say New World, so we can all breathe a sigh of relief.
Fucking New World, man.
I joke, but I did enjoy. I played the beta over the weekend. It was fun. I played the game when it launched on PC. It was an okay experience, but it's
me and my friend. We played it he bought it for me, and then the 1 week we were playing it, their auction house just didn't work because people duplicating shit. And so it went down. So we was just like, oh well, we just don't want to play now because we got all this stuff that we could sell and make a little bit of money. So we're like, I can't be asked. All right, fuck it, we'll go back to WoW. It's just like,
so yeah. Thank you both of you for joining us, Mr. and Mrs Stix. Have you got anything you want to plug before we end?
I mean, yeah, I have two channels, MMO Bite and Stix. You can follow me on Twitter if you want to. It's at BiteStix. Yeah, that's about it for me. I don't use anything else really.
I know you're looking over at me. I don't have anything to
she has a Twitter that's the short nurse, but
yeah.
I will keep you up to date with things that are releasing, including MMOs and gachas and any betas you can sign up to play.
Well, seriously, thank you both for joining us today. I had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it too, and I hope everyone else enjoyed episode 200. But seriously, thank you, and hope we can have you on again sometime. If we haven't scheduled away.
It was a pleasure. Yeah, we're more than happy to be here for episode 9001.
I'm hoping it's not that far away. Okay, I'm not hoping it's that.
But if we do get to 9001, I just want you to know that Stix and I do have a Vegeta and Bulma outfit set that we would show up in.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. Sorry, we're skipping to 9000. We're done. Anyway, let's switch over. But yeah, seriously, thank you all. Thank you to the subs and the follows today. Thank you to Vicky for the happy 200 episodes. Thank you to Fury for the happy 200s and 3 months. Vicky for the 24 months. Thank you to McLeod for gifting multiple subs. Congratulations to Yepen Drag, Mike, Pebble, and Chillin. Thank you again to Talon for the 44 months at 200 episodes. Thank you, Stix, for the follow as well. And of course, earlier on we got raided by Amber Fireheart. Thank you so much, Amber Fireheart, for the raid. This has been episode 200, part 1. Next week we'll be returning with part 2 of episode 200, where we've got a very special guest on next week. I'm excited. I'm also excited for our next guest. Next week we've got Jessie Cox on the show, so we'll be chatting again with Jessie Cox. So I can't wait. Thank you, everyone. Now I'm gonna.
It was a pleasure being here.
Yeah. No, okay, clapping.
We're still live, but I've stopped the recording, but we're still live. Yeah. Thank you both for joining us. Seriously, I had a lot of fun.
Absolutely, no problem. We are honored to be a part of it.
And congratulations again.
Thank you.
For real, on 200 episodes, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to level that Misha, don't I?
Some of the I've got. By the way, I am working on something for because we've got a part 3 also, but part 3 is just going to be me and Paul being old men talking about old episodes. I am working on something else for that, so please look forward to that. It's not good, but please look forward to it. Trust me, we were even less professional when we started this. Like we were bad. Like this
we still are bad.
We are still bad. There are go listen to better podcasts. A for Right Radio's out there. Hell, go listen to Old She Hills I Tank. They're probably more relevant than we are, and they haven't done an episode for a year.
But we are British and are the only British Final Fantasy 14 podcast. So if you like British accents that we know of, none of them have come out of the woodworks and said otherwise. So I will say this with the chest that we are the only and best British podcast for Final Fantasy 14.
Just make an episode and you'll surpass us. Just do one episode and you'll be better than us. That's just someone come out and make one.
And not the standard expected British accent as well. Exactly, Wobbsy.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot we're supposed to record this episode with yes, hello, do. Hello?
Oh, yes, cheerio, yes. Come in the swine.
But yeah, I'm going to go find someone for us to raid.
Yeah.
Well, again, it was a pleasure being here, and we're going to go have dinner, so we will
see you
guys again.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Oh, they were lovely, they were.
They were sweet.
Absolutely lovely people.
I guess before I end, what did you think of all the other stuff? Big shout out to Lloyd.
I loved it. I think it's all cool.
Yeah.
It's so high production. I didn't think it would ever happen.
Well, I even when he sent me the stuff, what was it? What did I say to him now? Where is it? Let's see if I can go back, because by the way, he did this all. He sent me this morning, because he was finishing it overnight.
Wobbsy, can you please? I know you like Sampo, but can you change Kefka to a better person, please? Sorry. Yep, go on.
I think I said something like, "This is more high quality than anything we've ever done in 7 years." So,
mate, fucking Japan is so shit.
That has more quality than all 200 episodes combined. Amazing. So.
You want me to change Kefka? How dare you? Don't you have any of the newer ones? I mean, Power Creep. I keep using your Kefka and I actually stopped Sampo the other day. It was quite fun.
Okay.
Did you get Fox Lady, Wobbsy? Did you finally get Fox Lady? I'm trying to get her light cone currently. I should really stream me doing Honkai stuff, but won't update till tomorrow. Boo. I did get her and her light cone. Oh, I'm still trying to get her light cone. Bonk.
Alchemy's just chatting, but I feel like want to raid Alchemy. I always enjoy raid.
She's all maxed out. I'm so close to maxing her out. I just don't have the energy, as in like the actual like in-game energy. Who should we pull for next? Do we do Kefka? Do we do Black Swan? Or do we do Robin? Even though I already have Robin. One
I'm just happy for tomorrow's new unit on Dokkan Battle, okay? So I'm so happy.
Which one should I do? I already have Robin. Which one should I do? Do I do Black Swan or do I do Kef? I kind of want to do Kef because I like Kef.
By the way, you know who's dropping tomorrow on Dokkan Battle, right? As a free-to-play unit. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Happy. Bio Broly.
Oh, Bio Broly. Fuck yeah, I love Bio Broly.
Yeah, Bio Broly will be a free-to-play unit he's dropping tomorrow. I'm excited.
I like Bio Broly. Oh, hey, I got a Sampo. Let's go. I got Sampo. Wait, is that my Sampo maxed out, actually? Oh, no, I got him at 3. Okay.
I don't know what she's playing. It's like some sort of weird food simulator, but we're raiding Alchemy.
Food
like some sort of restaurant fast food simulator.
Fast food simulator?
Yeah. Where you're a restaurant. I think you're a restaurant owner and people are trying to buy. She's running a Wendy's, I think.
She's running a Wendy's. On par, on script.
See you all.
Right, have a good night. Remember, guys, I will not be streaming tonight. Not streaming tonight. I will not streaming tomorrow because I'll be at a tournament, so... Bye. I'll be at a tournament on Saturday.
Bye. Thank you all for the love. Thank you again to Amber for the raid. Thank you, everyone, for the support. Thank you. Bye.
Whee. What is she playing?
I don't know, but...